Hi everyone, this is Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop. How are you all? Now I wanted to address something that I see a lot on social media, and that is Mercury retrograde. So I see a lot of posts on different websites, on different groups, about Mercury retrograde, and I thought I'd talk about it a little bit. So Mercury in mythology is the god of communication, but he's not the god of emotional communication. He's the god of merchant communication. So he's the god of selling, buying, accounting, advertising. He's the word of mouth God. He's all about where do you get the bargains, what's selling, what's hot and what's not. He's not the god of love. In fact, in mythology, Mercury was neutral in love. He was not a love passion god. So I see a lot of Mercury retrograde posts, people blaming Mercury for their love lives not working. Mercury does not rule love. He's not emotional. So this god is connected to information such as letters, bills, merchant type of things. So merchants deal with selling and buying. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it can affect your selling or buying of a product. If you're waiting for a sale of something to go through, or if you're waiting for some sort of paperwork, usually business related, not love related. This is where Mercury retrograde can impact or influence. So a lot of people online tend to blame everything on Mercury. So we need to stop blaming poor Mercury. He's not to blame for your love life. If your love life is going bad, or if there's a problem with someone that you're romantically linked with, or that person's not communicating with you, you need to look at Venus. Venus is the goddess of love. She's the goddess of relationship. Okay, so Venus is the one that's affecting your love life. So if the boyfriend's not calling you back or the girlfriend's not calling you back, it's not because of Mercury retrograde. It's because Venus is getting connected or impacted, or something's happening in the astrology with Venus, okay? So I'm aware that a lot of people that don't know about astrology, general public will hear the catchphrase Mercury retrograde and they'll stick with that, or that will stick. But I'm just noticing that everything's getting blamed on poor Mercury, and it's not his domain. He's about buying and selling, not about your boyfriend or girlfriend calling you back. Okay, we've got a few comments here. What have we got? Sue says, people speak of technology being influenced on Mercury retrograde. Yes, usually if things get delayed, it's probably because Mercury can be communication like cash machines, cash apps, cash registers. It can be things like emails. It can be things like your phone, but it's not usually about romance. So, I remember working in retail stores, and sometimes the cash machine would go bad, or the printer, and we would say, oh, Mercury retrograde, and that's kind of valid, because Mercury rules those kind of office sort of gear. Okay, Mercury represents information and technology to do with information. In fact, we get the word merchant from Mercury. So merchants are about buying and selling. Okay. So what happens is Eugenia's written that she's expecting a sale and it will get delayed. Something like that. Or the post, you're expecting a package and it may get delayed or lost. Okay, that would be more of a Mercury retrograde kind of thing. Okay, I just wanted to make a video about Mercury retrograde because, like I said, I feel like he gets blamed for everything online, and people generally don't realize the other planets also retrograde. So we have Mars retrograde, we have Jupiter retrograde, Saturn, all the others retrograde, but I never hear anyone blaming them. Even Venus retrogrades, and nobody says anything about her. So it's very strange that everyone's latched on to Mercury. Okay, so yeah, I remember, years ago when I was studying astrology, that would, I would look up, all the planets every week, every day, sometimes looking at what's retrograding and what's not. So, okay, Eugenie asks, which tarot card would be Mercury retrograde? Probably Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles, maybe the Page of Pentacles. In mythology, Mercury was often depicted as a boy. So that the classical sort of image of Mercury was that he was a boy. Okay, and he was also the god of running. So he was often depicted running. Okay, he was fast, he was adaptable, just like Mercury the metal, liquid metal. Sometimes he's actually called Quicksilver as well. So Mercury, so the cards that would represent Mercury, tarot cards would be cards that are quick and not emotional. Okay, so it could be some of the rods, some of the swords, but Mercury's not known for emotion, He's transactional. He's a merchant. He's not about emotion.